Hello everyone and welcome to another episode here on the Spring Creek server where we're about ready to turn this farm on for the first time in survival here to see what we can get out of it. Of course, we run it quite a bit in creative. Once I built it in survival, you know, I've tested it in creative there just to make sure there's not any huge issues. So I went ahead and I built like the stupidest farm that you've ever seen that farms pretty much everything and made it super efficient, and then I built all of this stuff around it which then hurts the efficiencies of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on and we're gonna let it run for a while and see what happens. So the way we turn it on, the way that we turn most everything on is that lever right there. So, and then, oh, yeah, that was good. So then I also have to turn this on over here. Just to collect the drops for the Guardian farm here. This is a pretty interesting system where we just have the allays picking up certain items and not picking up the other items, so they go into two different drops over here. As you can see, it works pretty effectively. And it's the first time I've ever used allays for something like this, so that was kind of fun. Alright, so now we're going to come down here. I'm going to sit my character down here and we're going to free cam a lot of this. Just so you get a better idea of what's going on. Sit this guy over here. See, we've already started over here. So I guess I should explain what we get out of this. So we do skeletons, strays, creepers, zombies, drones, iron golems, slime, spiders, guardians, squid, glow squid. So of course then we get all of those drops from all of those mobs. The only thing that I didn't go forward with in the survival world here is a music disc farm, because the music disc farm is just ridiculously good and you get so many music. It's just a waste of time basically, for a world where it's pretty much just myself that plays it. So I mean, there's not really any need for a lot of music discs for anything. And I don't do any kind of crazy audio things. So you can see right now we're handling the zombies here. So these zombies, they'll come down the track and they'll sit in this water for just enough time to, by the time they get up top in the farm, they'll turn into a drown. And then when they get processed back through, they'll spawn some reinforcements and then get dropped down, get sliced up, and hopefully give us some of their copper. So this is the zombie side. You see, we also have this hooked up to an iron golem farm here. These villagers that help separate the skeletons and zombies here. Every once in a while, you know, every 30 or 40, so I forget exactly how long it is, the villagers here will spawn an iron golem, which then this is the iron golem will come down through here And then the spiders will jump down into the pit and give us their string. So there's this side. As you can see, there's a lot going on here. And it gets cooking sometimes too, depending on how good the reinforcements are. Sometimes the reinforcements can be really good, and this thing is just cooking along, dropping mobs into here constantly. I do have a little modification I'm going to build onto this creeper part of this, just so we can get. Right now we get a creeper about every 9 seconds with a minecart coming up, which is kind of slow. I can get it down to about 6 or 7 seconds if I make a little modification here. So that's going to be a future thing. But of course, here is your glow squid part, and then up here is just your squid part of the farm. And then on this side over here, we process the skeletons. So if you've seen any of the other videos on this, you have a little bit of an idea what's going on here. So the mobs come down here, and the minecart can only drop mobs off in 2 spots. So it can drop creepers off right here, and it can only drop creepers off here because you have this trap door sitting there. Or it could drop mobs right here. So all the other mobs, your skeletons, your zombies, and your witches, they'll get dropped off right here. The skeletons and zombies, they will fall down, and the witches will continue on. Somewhere in there, there's a drop chute for the skeletons. The skeletons won't fall down like the witches won't fall down like the skeletons and the zombies will. Oh, see, there's a witch right there. So see, the witch will come down over here and drop down right here. So there, you don't get a whole lot of witches in the system. It's a very small amount compared to the rest of the mobs. So we just drop the skeletons and the zombies in here. The skeletons will go this way. The zombies, for the most part, go that way. Because the zombies are going towards the villagers, and the skeletons, some of the skeletons are running away from the wolves down there, and then the other skeletons are trying to shoot at the iron golems up here. So, and then on this side, let's see if we get a couple skeletons to drop down here. So on this side is similar to the other side. The skeletons will drop down. Only, of course, on this side, we're going to push some powdered snow in their face so they turn into strays. Oh, and the conversion is a lot faster. Or I can't remember if it's faster or slower for this. I think it's faster for the strays than it is to turn a zombie into a drown. Then they just come over here and get dropped down where they get sliced up for their goodies. See, we get a consistent drop here. It's really hard right now to figure out how many items this was. When I was trying to run this in creative, it was well over 10,000 items, 10,000 drops an hour. But I have so many different storage areas. We have the glow squid, or the glow ink sacks, the ink sacks. Let's come back to this. So, and then the thing about it is that the slime, your glow squid, your squid, they'll spawn all the time, even when the farm isn't on. You can see we already have tons of ink sacks just from the farm running. We have cod over here. We have salmon over here. We have other storage over here. This is going to be like your zombie drops and rotten flesh and stuff like that. Now, some of this you don't see anything in there because it hasn't been. Ow! It hasn't been run in survival yet, so the filters are still filling up here. Like if you were to come over here to the copper one here, see, this needs 41 items in it before it filters down. So to see, that one already has 41. Well, that is not supposed to happen. Somebody is slicing me up. They got me with the slowness, so it's definitely a stray. Somewhere. Probably riding by right here. With the shot. So then, of course, the prismarine here we'll get as well. I don't know why we have filter items in here. That is concerning. You should definitely not have filter items in there. Yeah, that is not what that is. Yeah, see the strays driving by there in the minecarts getting me? That's one thing when you're in creative that you don't ever have to worry about. Why did those filters fail there? Oh, I wonder if I... There's 3 torches over there. I don't know, I'll look at that after. So, and then we have... So here's our slime farm. So this slime farm works so good that I've already cut 2 floors out of this. This used to be 4 floors. It's only 2 now. In the creative world, if you see those videos, I built a creeper farm, or again, the slime farm over here on a 1 chunk. This was a 2 chunk, so I thought, oh, it'll be great. I'll have more slime. I'll put it on a 2 chunk. Yeah, well, it's just not necessary. You just don't need that much slime. I mean, I have, let's see, the storage for the slime's over here. So, I mean, you know, I don't think I need any more slime for a long time. So here's just overflow storage, and then 2 shulker loaders here. Okay, I will go and sleep. The lightning storms here in the perimeter are pretty vicious sometimes. All right. I always do that. I forget that I built this little walkway over here. So we got a little bit of iron coming in already. Should have some string coming in right here. Spider's getting beat up by the iron golem down there. So of course the iron, the string, stuff like that you don't get when the farm's not on. So just because we have these lava drops to put light in here. So there's that part of the farm. These things here are just for the reinforcements. This thing here, this thing over here. And then we have 2 more on this side. 1 over there. 1 over here. And then 1 over here as well. And those are just for the reinforcements that come in. So in the creative world, I did bubble elevators up for the mine carts, which I've never had an issue with before, but this time, for whatever reason, I couldn't get that to consistently work, so I had to change it to just these looping columns up, drop the mobs off. You can see this is where the zombies turn into drowns. Then they walk over here to this villager over here and then get picked up and then drop down in the hole to get sliced up. And the reason why we have the magma here and also the villager is because if the zombie or the drown or a husk is taking damage and is aggroed on a mob or a player, it will call, or it has a chance to call reinforcements in these areas. That's what these are for here. So you can see we have a lot of zombies here waiting to get processed through the system. We have a bunch coming down here now. The biggest problem is when you get mobs with Depth Strider armor on, and then sometimes they like to hold the line up. But we're moving along pretty good here. So I went and, you know, made the most efficient mob farm that I could make, and then I, you know, put all of this stuff in here, which only hurts the efficiencies. Because every one of these blocks, then, you know, every once in a while the game will try to spawn a mob there, and of course it'll fail. So then you lose that mob spawn somewhere else that's possible to spawn. We also have the zombie spawner right here, right underneath where the player sits. So this just helps get more zombies into the system. And there we go. I was gonna say we should have definitely had some zombie spawns. So we have a lot of areas in the system like this right here to try and flow baby zombies into, because baby zombies are absolutely this farm's kryptonite, because if they get any place that stops a mine cart or stupid strays, they get it anywhere that can stop a mine cart, you know, so you see more spots down here, you know, where some baby zombies can fall into. And then I also have these paths here that run over, and, you know, they'll fall in the hole here then. Of course, this should be built up. Not really sure why that is a bit of an oversight there. Ow! Again, in creative, this is something you don't have to worry about. So we're just dropping mine carts in here, picking up mobs down there. And this was about as much as you could get. Let's see, I forget how many are across. 2, 3, I think it's 6 across or 8 across. And only 6. I couldn't go 8 high because it was just so much going on that the mine, you know, you would lag so much that the mine carts would just not break down right. You wouldn't get this action going on where the mine carts are broken down and then flowing in water streams down and back up. So I did have to cut it down a little bit. These here are just some lava drops, and those columns right there are just lava drops, just so when you turn this farm off, you get just enough light inside where you won't get mob spawn. Here's the Guardian farm again. Again, I was gonna go, you know, like you can see I have 4 of these laid out. This farm is so stupid. It's so stupidly good that you don't even need that. Of course, I forgot to close the door. It's odd, right? Because here in the perimeter, if I have all the other farms off, there's really not any place for mobs to spawn. So with the roof open on a Guardian farm like this, you shouldn't get a lot of spawns. But with the farm off, it's the only place for hostile mobs to spawn. So they spawn like crazy here. Like right now, it's a little bit slower because the farm is on. But if I close the roof here, then we should definitely get some more spawns here. Of course not because I'm standing so close, but again, this runs even when the other farm isn't on, so you're always getting prismarine crystals and shards down here in the storage. Ow. Obviously, some work needs to be done here in the storage room because I'm not quite sure what happened to our filters up there, but you can see we're already pulling this stuff in pretty good. Of course, I have to take these out too because no iron flows through here, except in the small chance that a zombie doesn't convert to a drown, and when he gets sliced up, he gives an iron ingot. Very small possibility, but I mean those could easily go in one of these unfiltered rows. Right, so you can see these are starting to work up. All of these chests here were empty. Not the prismarine ones were not empty, but the gunpowder, the bones, the arrows, all that stuff was empty before I just turned this on. So see, of course, the rotten flesh is building up, which of course is why the villagers that are up here. Ugh. Ow. Villagers that are up here are the clerics here, so I can trade that rotten flesh in for emeralds. So, and you can see I've already done that with all of these guys. Mr. Creeper. There you have it for this. I mean, I spent so much time on this farm. It's not something I would suggest. It was kind of a silly project to do. It was just enormously big and large, and I mean, the scale of this thing is just ridiculous. But of course, now I'll move on to some other ridiculously large, way too big project to see, so to try to solve some other big problem here. This is just the drop where all the ink sacs come in. They'll get shot across here, hit this wall, fall down and across. Every time the water runs there, which you should see right now, hopefully. Maybe not. We just didn't get any squid on that run there. Or I might be too far away for him to render. So you can see this is a good, XP farm as well. We do have the regen beacons on. So this guy right now, when I look, he's already 3 haunches of hunger down. So in the short time we've been running here, we've been running about 20 minutes. So he's already 3 haunches of hunger down. So by the time an hour is up, he's basically starving and just swinging away. He has the regen going. And of course we have a looting 3 sword on there. Oh, it's getting dark again. So this is when it kind of looks pretty sweet around here. So I've gone through, there's pretty much no spots where mobs can spawn other than within the farm. I've gone through the walls. You can see in the water down here, you have the sea pickles to give some light. The only place is right over here. Sometimes you'll get, and of course I don't know, where's my guy? Let me put my guy back down here. this mess. Oh, of course, it's kind of loud right here. Come over here. So there is a little bit of area over here where you might get some slimes. There's a slime chunk like right here. You can see even that creeper despawn there. All right, well, that's it for today. I'm just thankful to get this project over with and finally get a video out on it because it's been a long time coming. So thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions or if you'd like to see anything more, leave a comment and let me know. Let me know what you thought about this down in the comments. Did you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's great? You know, let me know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.